The recent UK election results in 2019 reflect the mass unrest between the haves and the have-nots. I say seemingly because, in reality, without a deep spiritual practice, there can be no real wealth. The reason for this result is yet to make sense in real terms. There are those that feel like winners. Winners of what? There are no winners in a world where children are hungry and people lie on the ice-cold pavement whilst people in government sip expensive wine. This is not about pitting one against the other politically. People are already being brainwashed into doing that daily by a system that is carefully engineered. A system that is carefully engineered to keep us all pointing the fingers of blame at others, whilst the elites do what they fully intended to do all along, which is to get richer. The steps to release yourself from this illusion are twofold. 1. Stop looking outside yourself for answers. 2. Bring more spiritual practice into your life. Nothing on the outside is able to control us unless we as a group consciousness allow it to. So as a group, we need to work together, not blaming skin colour, social status, economic level, profession, academic prowess, nationality, seeming wealth, but instead we must see everyone as part of a whole, a team where all parts are needed in order for it to be a success. A team needs a wide range of leaders, followers, intuitives, logical thinkers, introverts, extroverts, innovators, creatives, diplomats, and rebels. No one group, no one status can prevail. It must be a melting pot of many different facets, melding together to create a vision of beauty. At the moment, you have a huge boulder called the establishment, the government, the elite, maybe even societal fear. And on either side of the boulder, you have two groups, both pushing in their seeming ideal direction. The result is that the boulder goes nowhere. You just have inertia, anger, and frustration. If both groups were to unite, then the boulder would be relocated quickly to its new position, which is where the group consciousness want it to end up, until the group consciousness melds together at the vibration called hope and love. The inertia will prevail, as fear is always a tool which divides consciousness into them and us. No one can fix this until everyone works consistently towards union of all within a new paradigm of cooperation. Until that point of social, political, and spiritual evolution, there will continue to be economic and social pain within the current dogmatic structures. We must raise our thoughts and vibrations so that whichever side of the boulder we previously encumbered, we now rise up and see over the obstacle to the group and consciousness also rising up on the other side. This process is starting with marches for change and peaceful and assertive demonstrations. We are not at the beginning. We are in the midst of a tremendous change, both as a country and globally. All the pieces of what we had gotten used to in our country's culture have been shaken up and tossed into the air. Where they line up in the future is not down to the government, but is down to the people over which they preside. The boulder is an inanimate object which can only cause destruction if moved physically by any group in any direction. When the group decide to disengage with this waste of energy and unite, then the real power begins. The boulder becomes obsolete, and real change for everyone can ensue. Start thinking outside the societal box. Form groups of like-minded people whose only goal is to find other groups of like-minded people to work alongside. There is no friction, violence, or standoffs between these groups, because even though the names or causes may sound or appear different, the core message will be on building community over and above the boulder, the government, the establishment. The new paradigm will no longer recognize the current electoral or government system. The new paradigm will be fluid, not rigid. All-encompassing, open to all, regardless of labels. The new paradigm will be based on a society of love rather than hate or fear. Any hate or fear will be corrected with more focus on cooperation, education, and community, not isolation and condemnation. The new world is being created right in front of our eyes, and this was the reason for the UK election results in 2019. The election results are the catalyst. A catalyst is something which literally changes something from one thing to another. Change is the norm from this point forward, and will come faster and faster as we race towards the pinnacle of humanitarian goals, the Golden Age, the Age of Humanity. This is a channeling from Commander ASHTAR of the Intergalactic Fleet.